Traders, I look very forward as always to sharing my top ideas with you for the upcoming week, including my entry and exit targets and explaining the setups and really scenarios in which I am looking for. Now, with the election just over a week away, my focus is definitely going to be shifting to predominantly intraday move-to-move trading, of course, because while the market is, and we discussed this in Inside Access in detail, while it is positioned favorably for swing trading right now. With an election on the horizon just over a week away, I do expect a little bit of chop and some really lack of follow-through, failed follow-through in large caps leading up to it. All right, so that being said, let's jump into this week's top ideas that I have, starting off with SMR. SMR looking for a consolidation breakout in SMR. Now, the idea here is that, OKLO, VST, obviously are a part, and many other names are a part of the nuclear theme, energy theme right now. And from a technical perspective, out of all of them, SMR is my favorite looking chart here, purely from a technical perspective. And of course, the name also has elevated short interest and a reasonably small float, and we're consolidating notably above its previous pivot high, previous 52-week high and potential resistance. We've now turned that area into support very nicely above 17. And so from a pure technical perspective, it's the best looking chart, most bullish chart within that theme and within that nuclear theme. So as of right now, for the week ahead, this is my only swing focus for the upcoming week, really ahead of the election, right? So support for me, of course, shines through across multiple time frames, and that's near 17, resistance short-term 19, then we got 20. And again, it shines through across multiple time frames, which I like, especially for consolidation breakout play. Now, the focus for me is going to be on buying dips within this consolidation, as long as we don't begin to base below this 5-day and really in the lowest sort of quartile of this range. So my focus will be on buying dips, buying higher lows, as long as we remain steady above the 5-day and ideally begin basing closer to 19. Essentially, if we do firm up and base above 19, that's where I'll look to add to my position, really put on some risk versus the day's low, targeting initially a 1 ATR move through 20 to take some risk off and lock in some gains. And that's where I'm going to be looking to trail my stop once we get momentum and a momentum breakout, using higher lows on a 5-minute for a multi-day move. Now, next up, we have Tesla. Not a swing idea. This would be a short-term trade, looking for day 3 gap fade in Tesla. Now, again, this is a short-term trade. Ideally, it sets up on Monday. Not a swing trade. And overall, I'm bullish on the name long-term. Quite bullish, but in the short term, the stock is setting up well for a 3-day gap or failed follow-through short scalp. So obviously Tesla had its earnings and powerful follow through on day 1, day 2 intense follow through. So now going forward, day 3 on Monday, ideally what I want to see is either another gap on Monday above Friday's high, coming into maybe 270, 271, or I want to see relatively flat or weak open, followed by a strong opening drive push through 270 and higher, and then I need to see a fail, right? If the stock stuffs that opening drive move, if we fail that gap or we give back its gap, that's where I'm going to look to go short on a lower high versus the high of day, and I'll be targeting around 50% of an ATR would be my target, looking for some profit taking while trailing on lower highs on a 5-minute time frame, or exiting the position manually. Of course, if we break that downtrend or we begin to base firmly and after reclaiming its intraday VWAP, which in theory would also take out its previous lower high on the 5-minute. Next up, we have Bitcoin IBIT. Now, of course, this is a name and really a theme and idea I've spoken about in detail over the previous several weeks. Now, it's beginning to consolidate a lot better and really coming into the ideal scenario for me, as it has also shaken out some weak hands. This is the ideal scenario, potentially setting up a consolidation breakout closer to the election above this 39 as we consolidate right at its downtrend resistance. Now, I don't plan on taking action tomorrow on Monday. I don't plan on taking action in the near term, in the first few days this week, or potentially even this week in general. Instead, I just want to focus on flows into the ETFs. I want to focus on obviously the underlying action and focus on IBIT. And and hope for further range and volume contraction as the election nears. Now, ideally, this range tightens, setting up a clean consolidation breakout above 39 for a multi-day breakout and test of the highs near 42. In that sense, it's a bigger picture idea, and it's one, like I said, I'm going to continue to monitor for the days and weeks ahead. What I certainly don't want to do is every day trade the idea versus the price action, and just keep buying in this consolidation or chase intraday strength into 39, only to get chopped around, only to get stuffed on, and continue to just I haven't done it, but as a new trader, it can be easy to fall into that trap. You see this setting up and you just want the trade to play out already, so you put on a position every day, and you just get chopped up. So that's certainly what I don't want to do. What I am going to do is sit on my hands, and just continue to monitor the price action and see if it develops into an A plus consolidation breakout in days to a week plus. All right, ideally closer to the election or perhaps the day after. Then some additional names on watch worth mentioning. DJT. Of course, now, this is just a proxy, really a trading vehicle right now for DJT, potentially setting up for a significant A++ sell the news opportunity on November 5th or post-election. But before then, definitely for an intraday momentum mindset, if the stock does extend on a significant gap, if we go into the low 40s, 40 plus and stuff, if we go mid 40s, significant blow off, a significant gap or significant intraday blow off intraday, I'll be focused on an intraday mean reversion. Again, the main word there is intraday. I'm not looking for a swing, or even a FRD first red day setup. Not swing focused. This might trap. This could, you have to have an imagination. This could be 50, 60 plus. It has a history of making significant outlier moves. So it could do something silly. And that's why it's just a really momentum intraday focus for me until a potential sell the news closer to the election, after the election. So looking for either first red day, intraday parabolic, or significant gap and failed follow through for just an intraday short. And then sticking on that theme is PHUN. What we can do is go to a lower time frame here. PHUN, sympathy mover to DJT. It disconnected a little bit on Thursday with a catalyst. First time having a catalyst since this run, negative catalyst. And certainly one of the top opportunities for that first red day setup on Thursday. Definitely one worth going back and studying and reviewing further. Ideally this pushes Monday, Tuesday, 1150s to 12s, stuffs, fails to follow through, disconnects from DJT intraday once again and displays some relative weakness. And if that's the case, I'll be looking to get short once we fail to reclaim or hold weak versus the high of day, and looking for really a move back down towards 950s to 9, the developing area of support in the short term. So that would be really a top opportunity for me this week if it had to set up. Now, as I said, this week, less swing, more intraday, more momentum, move to move trading with the election on the horizon. As always on a daily basis, new opportunities, small inefficiencies, breaking news pops up. So I'm really going to be on alert for those move to move opportunities throughout the week and any outlier moves we might get in small caps. And that is it for this week. That's all I got. So let me know if you have anything else to add. Drop it in the comments. As always, I really, really love hearing your thoughts, your plans, your if-then statements, and let me know what setups you're looking for as well with those stocks that are on your watch list. So drop those in the comments. I love to hear from you guys, and I'll see you all next week. Good luck with trading. Have a fantastic week.
So you're an active trader, not doing as well as you want, not doing as well as you deserve, and you just can't figure out why you can't become profitable no matter how hard you try. Well, let me show you why. This is your competition. The traders in this room. This room right here is full of elite traders, some of whom are making 7 and even 8 figures a year. In fact, our top guys have made nearly 20 million each in net trading profits in a single year. Let's head to my office so I can share more. So you're probably used to seeing videos of lavish trader lifestyles, trading gurus trading off of a laptop for an hour a day, heck, maybe even 15 minutes a day, and then them relaxing on some secluded beach for the rest of the day. Well, all I can tell you is that our traders train like pro athletes. They live and breathe the markets and are continually working on their trading skills. Because at our firm, That's what we found it really takes to make it in this game. I'm Mike Bellafiore, co-founder and managing partner of S&B Capital, one of the world's top proprietary trading firms located in Midtown Manhattan. And we're always looking for trading talent to hire and develop. And not just to trade in-house on our desk, but also to trade from their own home, entirely using our firm's capital. And we have numerous traders doing just that, allowing them to make upwards of 7 figures trading the firm's capital without risking their own money. But to even get a shot at something like that, you need to have the right training. That's why we're doing a new free online presentation in which we share how you can get an interview with S&B to become an in-house or remote trader, trading firm capital without risking yours and gaining access to all of our firm's coaching and resources. And the best part? You don't have to be a profitable trader yet. In fact, we prefer to mold profitable traders with our methods and our techniques. That's why we have just 3 simple criteria that can earn anyone an interview. We're looking for highly ambitious and determined traders who fit our culture first and foremost. So if you believe that could be you, sign up for the free 1-hour online presentation by clicking the link that's in your top right corner of your screen now.